The history of hip hop and the five elements of hip hop. Right? The history and the five elements. The birth of hip hop. You see these young guys, they were busy, partying. Alright, can just put some volume?
Isolated and limited in musical breaks.
Put some more songs from music.
That technique laid the foundation for a genre known as hip-hop. Hip-hop music emerged from house parties in the Bronx and spread like wildfire between friends and neighbors at block parties. The new sound was electrifying.
In the schoolyard during recess, someone would have a boombox. And then someone would start rhyming. You didn't have recorded versions of hip hop at that time.
Within a few years, it had become an underground cultural movement, and its distribution was homemade.
You couldn't purchase albums or records, and you couldn't hear hip hop on the radio. The only way that you could participate in the culture musically was through these cassette tapes, which would circulate all throughout the city.
As its influence deepened and broadened, the music spread from the underground onto the radio. In 1979, a group from suburban New Jersey released Rapper's Delight, one of the first hip-hop records.
Now what you hear is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to.
Alright, so you just check. This is some stuff, right? I was still doing these things in the past. So I'm not gonna do it today. No. Just
What?
so this is. But you saw something there? No. What word caught your attention directly? The beats and what more? The word. Culture. You see? The word culture. Right? Okay, we're gonna check another video, and this guy's gonna see some of the things you can just listen.
I used to let the mic smoke, now I slam it when I'm gonna make sure it's through.
Hip-hop created a musical landscape in the 70s and early 80s by giving New York or the Bronx, especially the Bronx, a musical foundation or a new start, because we were just coming off the 60s where the entire city was bankrupt. That environment kind of gave birth to hip-hop. Hip-hop is a culture based on 4 foundational elements: DJing, MCing or rap, graffiti, and breakdancing.
People use the terms interchangeably, rap with hip hop, whereas hip hop is the bigger culture. Rap is something new, hip hop is something different.
Come from the disco era, you know what I mean? We were
Seeing some of you all talking like, wait, this my time when I was rolling the ball.
That's what basically hip hop started out as, like the bastard child.
Alright, it's too long, so I just want to show you some of things. So you see, hip hop also has a blending with disco music. Right? Disco music. And when disco music was going on, I didn't exist. I think some of the big fat folks it's their time, right? Okay. So we go in the Bible, my friends. How should a Christian be against the things of the world? The Bible is telling us there in John chapter 2, verse 15. Love what? Two together. Love what? Love not the world, nor the things that are in the world. Okay? The second verse, Romans chapter 12, verse 2 is, and what? Do not be conformed. Yes? Together, one more time. One more time. 1, 2, 3. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, and which you may what? Discern what is the will of God, that which is good and which is acceptable and that which is perfect. The next one is James chapter 4, verse 4 is telling us, adulterers, do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity against God? So whosoever wants to be a friend of the world becomes an enemy of God. So the Bible is very strict. We cannot take part in this dark world, my friends. So you cannot mix the holy thing with the profane. Alright? Okay. So, what is hip-hop music? Let me just check the definition. It's telling us there, you can read it with me. It's telling us there, hip-hop is a culture and an art movement created by African Americans, Latinos Americans, and even Caribbean. Did you know that? Did you know this? That even Caribbean music is also blended in the hip-hop thing. It happened in South Bronx. Hip-hop culture has spread to both urban and suburban communities in the United States and later on the world. So that's why you're understanding why America is the second beast. Because if you look, everything that is coming from there is getting a hit. You can look how many places on certain areas you will see America has influence on the whole world. So even in hip-hop. Hip-hop emerged in the 1970s. Who was born in the 1970s, my friends? Who was born there? Yeah, is somebody there? Alright, somebody was born in 1970s. Alright, nice. I didn't exist. I think I was still in God's hand, I think. Yes? Hopeless. Look the word in Greens. Hip-hop emerged in the late 1970s among hopeless what? Mostly what? Black youths in America cities who sought a form of expression through music. So you can say hip-hop was created through the ghetto. You can say it like that. Hip-hop music, also known as hip-hop or rap music, is a music genre formed in the United States that consists of stylish rhythm. Alright? It developed as a part of hip-hop culture, the subculture created by four main selectors. So I'm just repeating it, rapping, DJing, and MCing, and graffiti. Where's this guy? You know him? Nobody know him? Alright, his name is, he is the founder of hip-hop, on hip-hop music. His name is DJ Kool Herc. Now who is Campbell? Who is Clive Campbell? Clive Campbell was born in 1955, better known by his stage name DJ Kool Herc. Is a Jamaican-American DJ created with outgoing hip-hop music in the Bronx. Yes? His playing of hot funk records as typified by James Brown. You know who James Brown is? Yeah. Funk music. In the past, with the big afro, with the bell bottom and the things like this, in the disco, all kinds, yeah, so something like that, amen? So, Campbell started the instrumental portion of the record that emphasized the drum beat. Is desolate a break and switch from one break to another. So it's like, they're gonna demonstrate for you. It's like on every and then when we were dancing, you had something what we call like So that's why you're seeing there, break. You gotta break. So break, so that is how it was, right? That's how we start. So this is just some pictures. And this, is how do you wear with the baggy hands and stuff. Using the same two turntable setup of the DJs, so Campbell used the two copies of the same record to extend the break. So anytime when you were and then you will roll this and then you will roll it, so back, so all kind of stuff, right? So this is how he started. So this was very new for the youths. So they really like it. All right. So this, what is killing me is the It's the fan. It's the fan that's killing me there, bro. The fan. You know, when you were going in this community, when they has big parties, you know what they used to, because the fan has to be there to cool out the system, because if you don't think the whole system will just burn out, because they were playing the whole night. So that was a little fun, you know, you had the fan. Campbell announcement and exhortation to dancers. A syncopated rhythm voice. So what he did, he just created a real new thing for the youths in the ghetto. Alright? Campbell DJ style was soon adopted by figures such as African Bambata and Grandmaster Flash. This guy has some very funny naming. African Bambata, Grandmaster Flash, War 9, we're gonna see them soon. Alright, so his way of doing things was getting along. Alright? And these what we call break dancers. This is how they look like. You will see them with their shoes, you know. So it depends which gang, which group you were. Alright? So this is a break dancer. They were called break dancers. That's why break dancer, and they with a short version B girls or B boys. So you have also girls that will also dance. Do you have this in Trinidad? These kind of things? You have them? Street dancers? Yeah, alright. Okay. Well, since I came, I never saw them, so I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's underground. Okay, in the past. So they don't. Also now it's only carnival. You know, only so and these kind of things. It's not. Also carnival take the place of hip hop, right? Oh, okay. So now it's at wine. Okay. So you see, one thing gone, somebody else take, and I think this is worse than this. Carnival is worse than this. But anyhow, because there you just dance naked. I'm technically you're naked, right? Alright. Hip hop music and culture emerged when block parties became more popular in New York, especially among African American youth living in the Bronx. Alright? Early evolution about hip hop emerged when simply technical. So we just say it, so I'm just repeating it. So we have some names like guys like this is Flash, Grandmaster Flash, African Bambata. What you seeing there? What is this? What is on his head? Ang. Where do you find the Ang? Egypt. Alright, nice. Future 5, Furious 5, what? Fab Have 5 Freddy, Marley Matt, Cool Moody, what a name, Curtis Blow, Doc E Fresh, Modini, and then you have Rap 9, all kind of names. And these were the big guys in America, you know. The Fat Boys and Spoonie G. I know why they call fat guys, because they're all fat. You know, so. And then you have Sugar Gang Hill. You know the song? Sugar Hill Gangs. You know that song? I said hip hop, hip it. You know what? When they were singing that one, you know what they were meaning? They were singing about the woman's back. That's why the hip hop, you know. Yeah, the waist, but also the bacchanal, you know. Man, listen, I could see these things because I came out of it. When I was in it, I couldn't see it. So this is the Mellotrons. This is the thing that they used in the past. That was, and then you had this one. This one is the one that this is a new style. DJ used to use this. Who is this guy? Who said KRS-One? How do you know about KRS-One? You guys went to your home study. That's cool. KRS-One, yes. This guy is the prophet. So when DJ Kool Herc began with the music, This guy went deeper. So let me just look what he did, and what he brought up. All right, his name is really KRS-One. Now, who is KRS-One? KRS-One has a long been champion of hip hop culture, hip hop roots. But in a recent interview with the legendary Flat TV Bronx bomber, his theories went a little further in educating the masses. So it's not about the music anymore. It's about educating now. So he's gonna lecture our young guys. First of all, he based on the roles hip-hop ubiquity has less to do with the money laundering of a culture and more to do with the fact that we all been a part of it since the dawn of record time. Now, he was called Teacher. Teacher argues that the 5 pillars, when you watch the video, they were talking about the 4 pillars, but he went with a 5th one. I'm going to show you what the 5th one is. That the 5 pillars are just the forms of human communication that have been in practice for a long time. Teacher goes on to break down the inherent differences between hip-hop and rap. Alright, so he was speaking about hip-hop and rap. Alright, he says, both hip-hop and rap have the same origin. They originate in the Bronx and were believed to have been first used by Jamaican. Okay, he was Cooler, he was, this. So he said, hip-hop is just the rapping part, rap is just the rhyming part, but hip-hop is bigger. So rap is in hip-hop. Alright? So check it. Alright? So he says the movement spread through the neighborhoods and was inspired by the rapping of folk poets from West Africa. You see, anytime when I hear West Africa, I'm thinking about one thing. Voodoo, right? Not everything, but some of these things, right? I'm gonna show you. So check the next part. Hip-hop culture, including the graffiti and rapping, was adopted by street gangs. What are you having here today? You ever saw names of street gangs? And so why do you think they leave this behind? To tell you this is their territorial. So this also when you had a hip hop group here, he would put his sign that this is our territory. So if you want to battle, you gotta battle us. Alright? Hip hop consists of 4 main elements. I'm saying, alright? The term hip hop also encompasses other lifestyle trend as clothing, slang, and mentality. So hip hop is going deeper than just music. A real hip hopper, you will see him by his clothes. The way how he will walk, you will see him with the baggy pants, and you will have the what we call the crip walk, and this kind of thing. So I'm just showing you some of the things. This, you see, it's also a little bit mingled with gangs. All right, okay. So it's calling out sleeping clothing. All right. Now is the bomb. Hip hop is now an official religion. Did you know that? That hip hop was a religion. It's now a religion, my friends. A false religion, exactly. Rap pioneer KRS-One is the self-proclaimed prophet of a new religion. And look what he says. The first resource, a 600-page book that explored the spirituality of hip-hop culture. So the moment when I see Christians accepting hip-hop in this system, I want to come with gospel hip-hop, I'm scratching my head. Because you're mixing 2 religions together. Let me ask you something. Did you know that hip-hop was a religion? Did you know? Or just look. The founder of the Stop Violence movement, you see how they put it? And you see, I must say that the church failed in certain areas. Where the church has to come up for violence and helping people in the community, the church don't do that. You know who's doing that? These gangs. That's why you're asking yourself, why do a lot of young people want to mix with these gangs? You know why? the gangs are taking care of them. But they know what they're gonna use them for. So when you see people are mixing with gang members and they love the gang, they say you cannot. It's why it's how we treat them. So if the church is not treating our young people that good, you know who's gonna do it? The world's gonna do it for us. And that's why they're leaving the churches today. So teacher of Boogie Down production claims his upcoming spiritual book heralds a new hip-hop religion on earth. Look what he says. I propose that in the 100 years, this book will be a new religion on earth. Curious once said his new book, which claims hip-hop is the world dominant new religion. Hip-hop is in every culture, and like literally in the whole world. China, Japan, Africa, right in Trinidad. You have rappers in Trinidad? That raps like hip-hop is like that. Wait, let me just continue. What was Keros saying? Well, I think I have the power to approach God directly. I don't have to go through religion. I can approach God directly myself. And that is why I wrote a book called The Gospel of Hip Hop. To free us from all that garbage now. So Christianity for this man is garbage. I respect Christianity, Islam, Judaism, but their time is up. This is madness. In summary, Kira's one book is the new Bible. It is the best-selling book on earth. And no matter what God thinks, my goodness, hip-hop is the new world news religion. And people want to still telling me that you're blending holy hip-hop? What you need holy butt shaking? Because it's holy butt shaking, you know. Butt shaking because the reason that I said hip-hop, because thinking about the woman's, you know, but, you know. This is the Bible, what they have. That's crazy, right? Now, let me just listen to what he says.
You know, big respect to every religion, every philosophy that's out there. You know we have to study them all, right? This. Big respect to everybody. Hip-hop is a servant to every seeker of light. Everyone. We ain't putting ourselves above nobody. We are the servants of all cultures and religions and philosophies. But I tell you this, man. Those that know about the cycles of time and like the Fibonacci code, sacred geometry, those that know about how every 26,000 years we undergo a new cycle, every 2,600 years a new cycle, those that know that August 11th, 3,114 BC starts the beginning of this age. This age started its decline 5,000 years later, August 11th, 1973, when Kool Herc came out with his first party. Hip-hop is divine. We're not just rapping. This is divine speech we give, and that's why when you say, I'm criminal-minded, you attract that to you. And I'm living witness and wisdom. I mean, I wish my DJ was with me right now. That ain't no bullshit. You say criminal-minded, you attract criminal-minded too. You say, I'm ready to die. Wow. We spitting divine speech, and it's time we start really recognizing that and start spitting words like
Are you still speechless, my friends? Are you still asking yourself why people die for this? You're shocked? But I don't know what to say. I didn't know what to say too in the past, but now I can say it because I'm out of it. Thank God. There's the old temple. This is the logo. The temple of hip hop. Right there. What? Grace? What? Peace, love, and unity. He just said that guys are telling they're gonna kill and this and then just right now he's telling peace, love, and the Hip Hop Temple calls on all hip hop fans to celebrate hip hop appreciation week. They should have their own feast. You think these people are not the people of everything, you know? Yeah. Who is supporting him too? The Universal Zulu Nation, who are they? The Universal Zulu Nation is an international hip hop consciousness group. The moment you hear consciousness, you're talking about the mind. Founded and privileged, led by hip hop artist Afrika Bambaataa. So these are some of them, the group. You see the Ankh, and the Ankh has to do with everlasting. If you check the Ankh, this is their album, the Universal, Afrika Bambaataa, and the Professor X. All kind of funny names, but nevertheless. Zulu Cinema. We're gonna go to the 5 elements. If you look at that, which God do you see in your mind? Lashmi, the Hindu gods, right? We're gonna look at the 5 elements of hip hop. Lyricism is MCA, DJ, B-boy, graffiti, and the knowledge, the self-conscious. We're gonna check first the MCA, right? You have what you call conscious rapper, gangster rap, the better rap, and then the entertainer. This is what you find, yes, in rap sessions. Who know these guys? 3-6 Mafias. 3-6 Mafias. One of these guys is a pastor from a Pentecostal church. 3-6 Mafia. That song, popular song, I ride the spinners, I ride the spinner, come on. I ride the spinners, I ride the spinners. I think you don't know that, but thank God you don't know that, right? Check the name, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Bone Thugs and Harmony. DMX, you know what the M is there? Look at the M, look at the M, look at the M. It look like a what? Like a horn. So you think these guys speaking these things just for fun? It's just subliminal message. Ja Rule. This guy is telling you, Ja, you know, Ja means for God, and rule. So this guy has his own rules, and look, he just put a text in. And this is what our young people are listening to. Jay-Z, the Illuminati sign. And then you have Rihanna. And check the name. Good, gone bad. You ask yourself why your daughters and your sons are doing this crazy stuff. Then we have the DJ. I'm gonna just play a little bit of it. This is When you come in a place and this is playing, just, it's like you're crazy. And you know the song? You know the song? Egypt. Yeah? Listen. Alright. Let me just continue. I don't know what anybody's doing. They're showing off. Children! You heard the beat? Bam. Alright, let me just continue. Because I don't want my brother, they're gonna get with that show. No. But these are the songs that I grew up with. And man, if I come into a place and these music were playing, I'm like crazy. One time on the ground, the girls were like crazy, like wow. You see, when you were dancing in the past, right? I'm telling you, I was dancing for girls. I'm gonna be honest. And you see when you do these moves, this move. Wow, the girls were like crazy, man. One time I was dancing, brother Gideon, and I was, we always take our shirts off, and we just, and this girl just picked my shoe, and I was smiling, and you say like, she was holding my shoe like I'm an artist, I said, no, take a little, So this is the one time I was doing a stunt, and I just jumped on my, and I split, and the girls were getting just like that. And you just your head is coming bigger and bigger because your girl was you're like, after this, it's a one night stand. Yeah? This is the life of a dancer. Look how many girls you can find at night. Young girls, don't go to this station. I don't hope you. That was a time, boy. I pray to God that He forgive me for all my sins. All my sins, I went there. So, who is this guy? What? DJ. Amplification for this jockey. Someone who makes record. I think we just know, you can just read it. Scratch, right? Now we have the B-boy, right? The B-boy. This is really what I did. Commonly known as a breakdancing, a style of street dance, okay? What are you seeing there? You see people that are doing food, right? These are the drums. That's why I understand why in some churches we don't have drums. Because people can start hitting things there, waking all kind of stuff. What are you seeing there? Egyptian. So they were dancing for who? For their gods. Alright? My goodness. You see, some things, some dance moves, you cannot do it if you're not possessed. That's why I could jump like this on my back and feeling nothing. But if I stop dancing, you will be like, hey, what did I do? You know why? Because the power took over. Right? What do you see here? Same thing. They were dancing. That's why they were doing in the past. We had something that we call electro boogie, right? So we go, electro boogie, and then we had the one we call the Egyptian dance. You see, all these things has meaning. When the Hindu doing their dance, you know what they do? For the gods. And when we dance, we dance with some Hindu things too in the past. So every move that you're making, it's a move. That's why you see this thing, so it's like a snake. And that's why this guy had lock, all these things. I did all these things. Why? I'm thankful to God that God delivered me, boy. I'm telling you. We're gonna show you some stuff what I did. Just gonna show you a little bit. So this is what we call break dancing. This is what we call break dancing by itself. So we had something what we call battle of the year, right? So you must look how effective they are. So two groups. All these things I did. Alright, this is what we call breakdance. Who know this movie? You Got Surf. I grew up with You Got Surf, you know. I know in the past, when we look at You Got Surf, it's like we're crazy. We're look at You Got Surf, look the most, are we gonna why? Better. This movie when it came out in Suriname, everywhere you go, You Got Surf. After You Got Surf, we know some they are. Also more, but you know this thing, you know. We know this, step up, 3D. But Miguel. We know this one. Rise. Okay, let me just check Rise. I'm gonna show you something here. After this community is nearly destroyed, in the days of violence, race riots in 1992, Rodney King, Furtick, dancer Tommy the Clown Johnson created a kinetic, athletic form of hip hop, competitive dancing that he dubbed clowning, which later breaks through the mainstream as crumping. Clowning is a little bit is things like, you know, things like this. It's not a way, it's a different way of things. But we're gonna check it. So I'm gonna show you what a little bit how the battle was built. Look at the movement. And you must look who is there most of the part. Young people. Alright, this is what we, I don't want to do it too long because I don't want to get my young people there too. Then I'm going to go and I'm going to see that, you know, I don't my goodness, I show you, so I'm showing you, this is a new form of things, and most of the time, crumping was done by the blacks, most of the time. But this video now will tell you who is behind the whole movement, the whole things what they are doing. You must look very carefully. I'm gonna leave this a little long so that you can understand what is happening. Look at the face of the guy. Look at his face. What are you seeing there? It's like he is in a trance, alright? Alright. You see similarity? These people, when they dance, when I was doing crumping too. The hype. All these moves, what they do. When I look at the documentary, the guy said, anytime when he was in this movement, a spirit took over. A spirit took over. And we all know it's an evil spirit. It's not the spirit of God. Who's there? Look good. With the yellow, this me. Yeah, this me. You see that? This me. Yeah. had long hair, and this is my group. That guy in the middle was my leader. Alright? So I'm gonna show you a little bit of my past. Yeah. That was me. Isn't God good? Hallelujah. We have gravity. Only one more slide, then we finish. What are you seeing there? You know, Egyptians love to leave things. It's how they used to leave things. So they copy from the Egyptian. Gravity wants to be seen without being caught, of spreading an important message. The end goal of graffiti, like others art, is to tell a story or express yourself. Graffiti allows artists to express themselves. Now we have the fifth one, the knowledge. Alright? The Universal Zulu Nation is an international hip-hop conscious group found and privileged led by hip-hop artist Afrika Bambaataa. An element created by Afrika Bambaataa and the Universal Nation, providence the context that holds the elements of the hip-hop together, explain the difference between hip-hop culture and the mainstream culture. Many consider KRS-One to be the true teacher of hip-hop. Some spiritual beliefs hold that our body is more than just physical and mental. It's also an energetic system called the chakra. So they believe in yoga. Right? It's Sanskrit, word meaning wheel of the cycle. There are 7 main chakras along the spine, from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. So they believe in you can heal yourself, you are your own God. And that's why you have the third eye. So let me just listen to this guy.
What is God? Who and what is God? The original black man. Regardless to whom or what. If you knew the lesson or not, the black man is God. He might not be acting like one, he might not be behaving like one, but the black man is God. 100% God. What stops a black man from being God? Himself. Denial of himself.
If you're God, then why do you die? Bible is saying here, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed. Right? And you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. People of God, I try to keep it very, I think 1.5 minutes. So if you have questions, so now you know that hip-hop is not only a music, but it's a religion. So the moment you're seeing young guys coming into the church, want to bring hip-hop in the church, you can tell them one time to stop it right there. Because hip-hop is a religion, not only music. Thank you for discussion. If somebody has questions, you can ask me now. All right, okay. If you have a mic, my friends, was it? I mean, like, do I have to do a second part to show you that whatever it is, it's just clear. All right. Okay, brother Mika.
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm just curious because I know sometimes they call dancehall music
Yeah.
Jamaican rap. Right?
Okay.
So I want to know is it really Jamaican rap or is it a whole different genre of its own
Well,
self?
I have to study it. I didn't study about dancehall, but I know that dancehall also had. It's just similar at work. It's a whole thing, but I think it's the form of rapping. I think it's the form of rapping. It's their style of rapping, but it's just the same like hip hop, like in America. All right, so it's just the same. But I didn't do a real in-depth study about dancehall music. But if you listen to what they sing, it's just similar as rapping as your. It's like similar like R&B, soul music. In another section, I want to go deep up on this kind of type of music, like soul music, R&B, because I know that some of us people, after Sabbath, we go and listen to our soul music or some R&B music. So I want to, in another section, if I have the opportunity, I will go and I will show you some of the lyrics that we're listening to. Alright? Alright. So it can be a certain way of like the American rap music. Alright, Amar.
Yeah, good evening everyone. So you talked about KRS-One, and based on what I know about him, the KRS-One actually
Yes.
means knowledge reigns supreme over everyone.
Okay.
So
nice.
what it is to really get people to fall under a certain kind of belief.
Yes.
So if you recognize whenever you see young people listening rap especially, they start to become the music or become whatever they're
That's what
listening to.
you just mentioned. Yeah.
Right, so you notice that both dancehall music and rap music are closely allied. If they're going to commit a crime, they have to first fuel themselves with this music.
Yes.
If you listen to music long enough, you start to believe you are what you're saying. That is why you see so many of the rappers end up in prison, even though they weren't gangsters initially.
Yes,
They
yes.
start believing their music, believing what they're hearing, believing that they are actually that. So why they consider it a religion is because what it does, it starts to take them over.
Yeah.
And anything that takes you over, for some people looking at it, would think it's divine.
Yeah.
Right? They actually feel it's something that has to do with divinity. So hence the reason why he can call himself the teacher, because the knowledge reigns supreme over everyone. So
Right.
rap music has made some major inroads. Sometimes you can't even speak the language, right? But you hear people from all over the world singing the songs,
Yeah.
right? So that was a plan from Satan long before. And what show it actually went to? It went to the depressed areas first, right?
Yeah.
It went to the depressed areas first. They basically embraced it, and it became so popular that the world has now embraced it. And if you look at the way people dress, they no longer dress with any kind of pride. You adopt that same kind of depressed look, you put on anything, you have your hair raggedy, you have your clothes raggedy, all of that. So everything is to basically move away from the order of God, which talks about order and everything that is right. So the music that basically is a direct opposition to God, right? And that is why he can say the foolishness like black man is God, right? And all these other kind of things, because they actually believe that they are God. If you ask Jay-Z believes that he is God.
His name Jay-Z is
right, right? So he calls himself Jehovah, things like that. So when you pay attention to these things, then you recognize that you need to step away from this kind of music, because it will pull you, it will pull you.
And that's why, let me just tell you something right now. What is happening in R7, because most of the time, some churches outside of the Adventist church is accepting this. I know back home, when I was dancing, I know a Pentecostal church back home asking me as a wealthy person to come and teach their dancers to dance. And I saw with my own eyes, friends. People were dancing on in the church, doing this kind of windmill and all kind of stuff in the church. And it's coming in the Adventist church.
I think that is to keep their members.
That's so, yeah, that is one of the things. Before I give Brother Michael, you know, when I came in this church, right? I told the church, you see me? I'm a old dancer. I'm gonna dance for Jesus in the church. In my church back home. I told them I'm gonna put like a, how do you call it? When you come like a commando. Like a line. But Gideon, I told them I'm gonna build up like a nice Jesus is Lord, you know. And I told them I'm gonna put the music. Jing, 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 jing. Jesus is in. I tell them I'm gonna mash up the church. The guy was looking at me like, but Daniel, not in this church, you know. Not this. I told them, bro Jason, I'm gonna take a line. I wanna come like a commando. Cha! You know. I really mean it, you know. I really mean it. I don't mash up. I think the elders will run me off after this church one time. So that is I really meant it, you know. But when I began to study, I said, wait, boy. No, not in this church. But I must tell you, my friends, it's coming into the Adventist church. No, it's not coming. It's here already.
It's already here.
All right, thank you, sister. Brother Michael.
Yes, our next question. I heard this comment from one of the young persons just now. They asked, so what can we listen to if we can't listen to these songs? Because they're really enjoying the gospel.
Alright. The Bible is telling us, be renewed of your mind. You see, at the moment you renew, listen, I was in it. So the best person that you can ask about hip hop is me, because I was in it. So if I'm telling you not to listen to it, because this is what is really for you, why you still want to ask me? But I can understand them, so what to listen? I'm going to give them one thing. Pray to God. Ask God to help you to put it off. What to listen? You can listen to gospel music. You can listen to, I don't have a problem when you listen to, we see secular music as evil music. No, secular music has to do with, there is not singing about God. But you have songs that are singing about nature, about life, where you can learn something. I must say, if you want to listen to somebody outside of gospel, but listen to just normal folk music, you can learn something, because we have people that sing about nature and sing about life. So I'm not against them. But you gotta be careful who you listen to, because you gotta know who the person is. So anytime when you listen to a song, do a little bit digging who the person is. Because there are a lot of songs there, maybe not gospel artists are singing it, but you can learn. You have some songs that are singing about love, just random things that you can, but you still gotta be careful who you listen to. So if you ask me, I will tell you, stay most of the time in the gospel area. But right now, I must tell you too, even in the gospel area, you have all kind of crazy songs. I'm gonna give you a song. Who know this song? This world is not my home. I just a basket choose. Nice, right?
Jim Reeves.
Jim Reeves, right? All right then. You ever heard that part? My mother is waiting for me on heavens open. Oh, you're there. This world is not my home. You don't think? You see what I mean? Even gospel songs these days are dangerous. And I'm going to say it plainly. If you ask me, most of the gospel artists today don't sing about God anymore. They sing about self-righteous. They sing about themselves. They call Jesus' name, but it's not about Jesus himself. One time they interview a gospel artist, and you know what the guy said? The guy said atheist, but he's singing gospel songs. So then you know what I mean, right? So we gotta be careful, even in gospel. But I will tell the young people, pray to God, and may God help you when you listen to songs. All right? But stay close, stay both. I'm gonna tell you, most of the time listen to gospel music that can build your spirit. Because it's not about, you see, people listen to songs these days just to feel good. And you know what's funny in listening to songs? You're sad, but listening to a sad song that will make you sad. You ever had it? Somebody broke your heart, and you're gonna listen to a song. Quit playing games with my heart, playing games with my heart. Man, you're broke. You're gonna listen to songs that can build you up. You're still gonna listen to quit playing games with my heart. And you ask yourself, why you feel so broken? Because you listen to these songs. And these are the songs that are giving you a good feeling. Well, not a good feeling, but it's making you grieve more because you're going to why you leave me? You know what I mean? We you and me are funny, boy. I really are funny. Or we're going to sit there watching a sad movie. How they got and they're going to, you see, I feel sorry for the people are funny these days.
Yeah.
But may God help us. May God help us.
Yeah, Pastor Daniel, before you mention Jim Reeves, I was going to mention him.
Yeah.
Because Jim Reeves did not only sing gospel music.
Okay.
He had other secular music.
Yeah.
Love songs and so on.
Okay.
Elvis Presley. And these are people that the generation now, when I say those in the 60s and 70s, would say this was good gospel music.
Alright.
But it's similar to the hip hop in the sense that, just as you were saying, there is no good hip hop. Right? Jim Reeves and those guys, I don't really consider them gospel artists. Neither Elvis Presley. Right? You have a lot of them, right? Right, all these people. But yet, when you look at it today, it is acceptable for persons. So the point that I'm making is, we need the discernment from God to know what is good and what is to discard. Also, you have a lot of songs now. They call them gospel. They don't mention anything about Christ. They just have a positive message. So I consider them motivational songs. They're not bad, but I don't consider them to be gospel songs. But the question I had for you was this: we have what we call indigenous music.
Indigenous music.
So music coming from like Trinidad. So we have calypso. We have calypso. We have soca and so on. We have most of the music though with the influence from Western Africa, with the drums and so on. I want to know, in your opinion, could we also say that calypso is a religion? Could we also say that soca is a religion, reggae is a religion? Because what the point that I'm making at is this: when we cast the net, there's very few.
We have other genre.
Right, and there's very few things that will really be acceptable. If you look at it dispassionately, we recognize that very few. Now, from time to time, I'll be honest, I like to listen to a good calypso. When I say calypso, I mean like old time, like Sparrow. Not all these Sparrow, that's certain about education. You know, Sparrow has a song about education. Right? Chalk does have some good songs about nation building and things like that. And in my eyes, really, I don't see it as necessarily wrong, not because it's not gospel. But the question I have, let us say we have an artist like Sparrow. Half of Sparrow's songs would be very smutty, and half would be exceptionally good. Are you saying that we should not listen to Sparrow at all?
Alright, let me just...
I just using him as an example in conjunction to what you said about having no good hip hop.
Yeah.
So I just using that as
I must tell you that I'm not really mindful of these. I'm hearing them, but I didn't really do a study on it yet. But what I heard, what Adventists here in the Caribbean are saying, they don't listen to calypso at all, right? Some of them.
Yeah.
All right. So the first one is it a religion? I cannot tell you if it is a religion because I didn't do my study on them yet. What I really heard is the way how they were singing calypso in the past and now is different. Even Carnival. In the past it was more a show off with you know, this culture, but
See,
now,
mass and fancy
yeah,
mass
so
and
this kind of
yeah.
stuff in the past. So giving a reaction on that would be a little bit difficult for me because I don't really.
No, I'm not asking it to be specific on Calypso. No. This is the question I'm asking.
If
You
it's a
have,
religion.
right, because you have persons like Sandy Patty. Sandy Patty is a gospel artist.
Yeah.
But if you look at the life of Sandy Patty, it is not a Christian life. Similarly, you have Raybolts. Raybolts who sang The Altar and all these lovely songs.
Yeah.
He's a blatant now, he's a homosexual. Right? So
you're saying that, like for example, if a gospel, if like for example, he was singing gospel in the past, but he left the gospel and he began to sing vulgar songs.
No, he was always homosexual while he was singing the song, but it only came out when he and his wife divorced and so on. So what I'm saying is, what he was singing, yes, the altar and all of that, and thank you for giving to the Lord, which are songs that we still sing in church today. But the lifestyle that he was living is totally opposite. So what I'm saying is, you know, sometimes you look at the music, because you cannot investigate everybody's personal life. Sometimes you just need to take the music at face value and believe that.
So let me say like this: if you try to look for a person and you don't find nothing, but you only hear but you don't really see nothing, I would tell you, just pray to God and ask God if you have to listen to this song, because I cannot sit here and tell you all the songs that you have to know, because you know. So I think when it comes about listening to songs, I think it's really a personal thing with you and God.
Excellent.
With you and God. I believe so. But if a song, if you see that this is really against it, then I would say just get rid of it. But if you see there's nothing, if you find, because it can also be that you have nothing wrong with it, it will not affect you, but it's affected me. So it depends, but I must say, if you feel that there is nothing wrong, you ask God and God you just feel nothing. No, it's between you and God. I think some of the things like listening to songs, movies, it depends. It's still between you and God, because I cannot sit there and tell you listen to this, and then one day you come home and you listen to a nice calypso.